Do you guys believe in God and shit? Let me know in the comments below. You see, what ICEBOY was up to just yesterday is he went down into the cow level. Let me show you what happened. I was killing a bunch of cows and shit with my Necromancer. Or my homies was, at least. I was just casting curses upon them. And lo and behold, a fucking low rune falls. That's right, it's my first high rune this season so far in Project Diablo 2. This motherfucker. He's trying to get my Hands of the Blessed Light. The War Scepter thing. He's offering me a goal for it. I slammed it, I don't remember the mod. It was nothing spectacular. So, let me know if that's a bad deal. He wants to give me a goal for that shit. But yeah, man, a low rune fell. And what I had to do then, I grabbed that shit. I was excited. Because many of you know, I'm fixing to make me a faith bow for my Act 1 mercenary. And yes, I know, I could settle with an Act 2 mercenary, give him Templar's Might, give him Pride Rune Word, and a pole armor spear now in PD2, and then he can have Concentration, Might, and whatever else. Maybe get a Thorns mercenary and put Templar's Might on him. But the thing is, the Act 2 mercenary doesn't run fast as fuck, like the Act 1 mercenary. That bitch has the Vigor aura. So basically, the Fire Arrow one does at least. So she's gonna have Vigor, and I could put Faith Bow on her and Templar's Might, and my homies is gonna be running fast as fuck. Yeah, granted, maybe they'll do a little less damage, but I think it's gonna be tough to be able to run that fast. But nonetheless, man, the low rune fell right here. So I picked it up. And knowing how the PD2 servers are super fucked up, use my head right there in that shit. I was like, hey, ICEBOY, you know what to do. You better save and quit right now or this fucking game's gonna drop and it's gonna roll you back 10 minutes. You're gonna lose all your progression up until that point. So I saved and quit. Then I quickly joined the game again, kill a couple cows for about 2 or 3 minutes, and boom, everything freezes up, right? And I lose connection. And it takes me back to the login screen. And I type in the password, and it says server down. And I type in the password again, and I can access my Necromancer. I attempt to join game. He gets booted before joining the game, and it says server down. So I select my assassin. She can join the game. At this point, I'm like, fuck me. That low rune is gone. Isn't it? So I try to join with the Necromancer again. Server down. I was like, God damn! You fucking kidding me, dog? Fucking thing just dropped! So I sat back for a minute. And I ain't gonna lie to you guys. I said a prayer to the Creator. I asked that the Creator grant me this low rune, and that I do not lose it via these fucked up servers. And I sat back, I waited a few more moments, and I joined the game. And I go right to my stash, because that's where I put it. After finding it, within 1 minute, I came to town and I put it in the stash. Right here, basically. So what I did is I got in the game with my Necromancer and I joined the game and it was gone. Right? And then I was like, oh, fuck! But then I opened up my inventory and there it was. right where it was when I initially picked it up, man. So it kicked me back just seconds before the point of after which finding the rune. So it was there, and I was damn pleased. So I have a low rune now, and I can. I'm on my way to getting a faith. This is the only decent rune I have. I have a pole rune as well, but nonetheless, man. I'm going to identify a couple items and sell them to the merchants, and I'm going to slam a couple crowns. Because I need to get a decent roll on my undead crown. Ooh, angelic amulet. Yeah, but let me know if you guys have been in such a situation. I have lost a lacerator a few days ago, as I've mentioned in my previous videos. Perhaps this is more evidence of a creator. Yesterday, I found Lacerator again in the cow level. And I muled that shit, and I still have it. So I was blessed back with a Lacerator. Oh, you guys aren't going to believe this shit. Just a minute. You dogs are not going to believe this shit. In fact, I got to keep these jewels. So I'm fixing to craft me some amulets. Let me know in the comments below if it's an eye level 85 amulet plus, or say it's eye level 85, right? Like most of which you find in the pit or the Chaos Sanctuary and so forth. What level does your character then have to be if, say, your character wants to craft a +2 skills amulet? Not just 2 to traps, but like 2 assassin skills or 2 sorceress skills. What level does your character have to be? Because mine is now level 86. So can I craft +2 skill amulets with him? If they're level I-85? Let me know in the comments below. Check this hog out. The Grim Reaper. Interesting. Back in the day, man, I always thought how epic it would be. Like in the early days of D2, right? Where not everything was known just yet. Like, I always felt that these scythes and so forth were Necromancer themed. So I imagined a Necromancer wielding an epic scythe. Just harvesting souls with that shit. With the help of his minions, of course. I just visualized this godlike Necromancer. Probably with a bone helm and so forth. But it never quite came to be. Because really, why the fuck would you use a scythe as a Necromancer when you can have a wand and a head shield or whatnot with a ton of skills added? However, in PD2, they did lean in that direction to a slight degree. Because now you can find scythes and shit that offer Necromancer skills. This is one of them. Holy fucking shit. In fact, look at this. This one can roll up to 6. You fucking kidding me, dog? Holy shit, that's toad. Well, let me know in the comments below if you guys ever, like, you know, just imagine such a scenario. But of course, end game, you're rarely ever going to want to hit shit with a Necromancer. For one, you're going to get your ass kicked. And 2, you're just not doing much damage. But what if there was a hybrid of a sort? Like, maybe just make one of these items so fucking godly that you pretty much have to go up and hit shit with it. You know, you're just kind of compelled to do so. You know, let me know in the comments below if you guys would like. The problem would be then, like, a barbarian could use that item and be super OP. But what if there's an item that only your Necromancer could wield? And that was so fucking powerful that you were like, okay, I'm going to build this guy partly around a swinging weapon. And then his homies are just going to back him up and shit. You know what I'm saying? It's important to identify them claws. I got to show you some claw that I found. In this, you can actually up it. And to my understanding, when you up to a Nightmare mode, say, Demon Hide Sash in PD2, it does not increase the required level as of Season 2. So that you could wear a Demon Hide Sash, I think, you could up this shit. And then you'll have a full stack on your belt then, as opposed to just 2 that you would otherwise have on a plain sash. And that would be toad as fuck. You know what I'm saying? So you have some cannot be frozen early on in game. That might be something I attempt. I don't know. Anyway. Gotta identify some of this shit. And I'm going to go and slam some helps, alright? Because this right here, now Baza was offering me one as well. A replacement just in case if I brick this one. And Baza actually gave me a godly as fuck amulet. Look at this. Thank you, sir. May the Creator bless you and keep you, Baza, and bless your finances and so forth. And he has been a long-time patron. And honestly, he's given me a lot of shit, including some silver, man. Look at this. He got me this. Thank you, Baza. Y'all know ICEBOY's been buying me some silver. In fact, I'll probably buy some gold. I ain't gonna lie. I'm thinking about buying some gold today. Let me know in the comments below what you dogs think about that. The premiums are way up. But I mean, maybe 10 years or 15 years or 20 years from now, I'll be pleased that I did at this point in time. You know, like I said before, they're printing the fuck out of money. Or money, so-called, right? Fiat currency, is that what it is? It's paper. And it's backed by air nowadays. Because in the USA, at least, and most other countries as well. It ain't no longer backed by anything of intrinsic value. As of the last several decades, or perhaps even 100 years. So they're just printing the shit out of it. And it's devaluing it, which is why you see the cost of everything going up over the course of the last several decades, right? And they're printing the fuck out of it now. So basically, it's an inflation hedge, right? Because that money, dog, that paper money is just paper. If everything fails, if you know what I'm saying. So I'm fixing to get me some gold and shit. So thank you, those of you who have donated some and became patrons. You know, I'm fixing to get me some gold and shit. And that just looks cool, man. It's all shiny. I don't have any gold. I just have some silver. Here's another one. See that? But yeah, like a hedge on inflation, you know what I'm saying? It's like Diablo 2 when the bots come in and they just start collecting a bunch of runes. Like it's not like the it goes against the fundamental nature of supply and demand, you know what I'm saying? Because all of a sudden the bots, they find all the fucking runes and the market's just super saturated with the runes. That's why you see everybody just wielding all the best godly gear, and it's no longer that godly anymore, right? Because everyone has it. So it just devalues the fuck out of everything. But I actually traded a Lamb Rune for another Undead Crown. See, I was smart and shit. That's right, ICEBOY was smart and shit right there. Because I was like, well, hold on, do I really want to slam this? Do I really want to slam this helm? Because this thing's pretty decent. Let's see what it does. 3 to Skeleton Warrior. 3 to Skeleton Mastery. Warrior, I think, is your best resource when it comes to damage output. Because look at this. 1914 to 1918 damage. Now without the helm, and 1311 life. Here's without the helm. Holy fucking shit. You fucking kidding me, dog? Oh, that's a big difference, you see? It's down to 1574 to 1578. So you lose a good percentage of his damage. His life is 1203, and his life is 1311. So his life doesn't go down that much. The mastery really doesn't do too much shit. But, yeah, the helm's nice. So, anyway. I don't know if it's quite in-game. I mean, I would, at this point, obviously, it'd be better to have a 3-skill Shaco. But what if you slam +1 to all skills on this? You're going to have an additional skill into Raised Skeleton Warrior than you would otherwise have with like a perfect 3-skill Shaco. Alright. I gotta show you dog something just a minute here. Fuck! Life after kill, which you don't benefit from life after kill or mana per kill if your minions kill the enemies, which in my case, 100% of the time, they're killing the enemies. Because I don't even have an attack on. See this? I have amp damage on my left. Oh! There we go. Okay, a socket. So at least I didn't have to waste a cube on it, or a Larzuk. But look at this. So I was in the Chaos Sanctuary yesterday, and Wind Force fell. It's the first time I've ever found a Wind Force. Now, this is Project Diablo 2. I think the drops are equivalent to Players 5 or something like that. Is that right? Let me know in the comments below. If you're in a single-player game, are the drops equivalent to Players 5? But let me know in the comments. I mean, I would love to make a Bowazon, but that bitch can only shoot 15 feet in front of her, and then her arrows poof with multi-shot at the least. Okay? So I don't really think she's an archer no more, man. Like, you shoot your arrows and shit, and they end, like, right here. Yeah, it's fucking bullshit. It's like the Diablo 3 Demon Hunter, only a little worse when it comes to, like, her range. So I think you might as well just have a Barbarian and just swing a fucking weapon, because he, at least with the splash, you know, he can, like, get it, like, this far around him. His damage radius. Whereas the multi-shot Bowazon, it's, like, this far. You know, is it really... And he's a lot more thick. You know, she'll get her little ass swatted if she gets too close. But he's thick as fuck. He's a thick hog. So, I mean, I'd rather do that, wouldn't you? Let me know in the comments below. Is that bitch really an archer? If she can only shoot 15 fucking feet in front of her. So I just haven't had any interest whatsoever to make a Bowazon in PD2 thus far. I would much rather, because I know they're trying to balance shit and all that. I would rather... they just totally nerf the fuck out of her damage and still let her arrows go far as fuck. Because then it'd be a race, like kind of like what it was LOD, where the Bowazon got the shaft after 1.09 or whatnot, and they really sucked. But if you got super godly gear and min and maxed everything... Dog was going off. Then you could at least run, like, the pit or something and do pretty decent, you know? And in this case, I think with my brand, I haven't thought much of it, okay? But, I mean, I'd rather them nerf the damage to a healthy degree, of what they consider a healthy degree for balance, than fuck the range in the ass, like big time. You know, like this, the shaft went up the fucking ass and it split the bitch in two and she's dead. So I don't want to be playing the Bowazon, all right? Let me know in the comments if you dogs are with me on that. I know some of you are gonna, you know, support it and all that, but I mean, I'd rather have her do far fucking less damage and still be able to actually look like an archer and shoot more than 15 fucking feet in front of her. So I'm fixing to trade that thing. But first off, I'm fixing to consider whether or not I need to slam that thing. And is there any benefit in Larzuk puzzling it before slamming it? Let me know in the comments below. I don't think so. But they say then you'll take the pool of sockets out of the slam options if you Larzuk puzzle it first. But now in Season 2 you can slam 6 sockets. But are 6 sockets better than 4? I don't think so. I think you're better off slamming that 100 plus damage mod with like ITD or whatever else. You know, there's some godly mods you can slam on them. And then Larzuk it for 4, and I think it would ultimately be better in terms of damage output or DPS than a 6, right? I don't know. Let me know in the comments below. But, I mean, if they nerf the fuck out of her damage and keep the range the same, if you have a loot filter, it'll show you the drops if you drop some shit outside of your screen. I'd rather do that, man. Because then the chase is real. You know, you're doing kind of low damage. But if you get a godly as fuck one, you could, like, single player, maybe the Chaos Sanctuary, and do quite alright. She ain't going to be endgame map. See, so it's not going to be the end all, I think, in PD2 if they do that. If they nerf her damage at the right point. Because then they'll say, well, the Zon is cool doing maps, but her damage is a lot less than what it used to be. So now, you know, you have like Sorks and Necromancers and Barbarians and Paladins who are really good at the maps, and the Zon is just mediocre if you're a Bowazon. Because even though she hits shit from far away, her damage is really low. But then, for the folks like ICEBOY, I could run the Chaos Sanctuary and have a good time for a while. And I won't be overkilling the fuck out of the enemies like you are right now, probably, with the Bowazon, if you're godly as fuck. But at least you'll be able to shoot better distances, alright? So let me know if you dogs are with me on that. But nonetheless, I think I'm going to put maybe a topaz, some resist. Look at his resist. Or shit. I'll probably maybe a Ral rune in the helm. I don't know. Or maybe a topaz. Here's G-face. You just got to slam those G-faces, right? It's really not a matter of question. Fuck! Second one that I poofed. But here's an example of a claw where if it rolled a damage mod, remember on rare you can get roll like up to 300% enhanced damage. This would be epic. Because look at this. It rolls 8% chance to cast level 15 damage on striking. It rolls the Cruel or Fool's mod, I think is what it is. Max damage and AR per character level. So, very godly. Oh yeah, Spirit Shroud. Spirit Shroud is freaking awesome in PD2. I think it's very competitive with Viper Magi. I mean, look at this. It gives 30 FCR now. And the bonus is it gives Cannot Be Frozen. So you're kind of trading off the all-res on Viper Magi with Cannot Be Frozen. Which I think the all-res in general, it might be the better role, competitively speaking, with other gear options and charms. But still, I mean, and plus you get replenished life, and you don't get that on Viper Magi. So you got to factor that in as well. But this can be a very nice armor. One socket. Piece of shit. I'm going to make a Sork eventually. So it'll be nice to have it. But if you dogs will, like the damn video, become a patron if you want. I have some additional patrons to thank in my upcoming videos. And I will pray to the Creator for you guys, my patrons, and my soon-to-be patrons, that your finances and so forth are blessed, and that you live well and prosper, sir. And for those of you who desire such, that you have many wives. So peace be with you.